Right, you've seen Adam at Bordy's do it. You've seen Crowsfoot Brewery do it. You've seen the who is it? Hapless Ginger do it. You've seen Red Dog do it. Now it's my turn. It's my first Gina G video. Come on! Sorry, yeah, so that should be Gina G, it's G2G, it's the G2G video. Okay, I've got a bit of brew footage. So, you've got, there is the HLT, we've got a new sight glass. This was one of my presents, Christmas presents that I fitted, was leaking a tiny bit. But I've waxed some tape around it and it seemed to be okay when I was using it. So yeah, so new sight glass, that's the HLT. So what are we doing right now? So at the moment we are coming out the mash tun, going through pump number 1, as I call it, down the bottom here, recirculating through the pipe, through the tubes rather, into here. You can't really see, you can see now. Hope that's not going to steam up too much. That is the that's my chiller. That is my chiller coil. So that's going, as you can see, through here. Sorry, let me go back to that in a sec. It's going through here, and then it's coming out here. Not through all of them, admittedly. They do get blocked a little bit. Oh, steaming up. So doing okay though. Fine for what we need. And you see that T joint there, little probe coming out, which is going into there, which is you know, the Inkbird or the STC, which is controlling this basically. So coming on and off, you see, switching on and off, because it's being controlled, being plugged in up there. So basically that plug, which you can see is coming on and off, is wired into that box, which is looking after everything. So this, I'll check that there's no warmth coming out of that at all. So yeah, it all seems to be going good as far as that's concerned. Good stuff. So hopefully that's all good, it's all working. When that's done, I'll come back when we're doing the transfer and when we sort some hop schedules probably. But let me put you back up there. That's going to be in about another 20 minutes or so. We're going to switch off, transfer back into here, boil it up, and then do some hop schedules. Nothing really much to show you for that, so I'll come back when we're doing the hop drops. There we go. So, so yeah, looking good. But I'm going to drop the hops in now because I think the battery is about to go on this bloody thing. I think there's something wrong with the battery. So we'll be back in a mo after a. So here we go. 11 grams of Magnum. See you in a sec. Here we go. So we got 10 grams of Centennial, Columbus, and Citra. Smells amazing. Get this in. Let me get it in the other hand. Around. I'm whirlpooling around, so I've got down to 80 degrees or 79.2 as it is showing. Chilled down. I've got a bit of a whirlpool going. Oh, it smells amazing. So this is 20 grams of Centennial, 20 grams of Columbus, and 20 grams of Citra, which is going to go in. Bit of a stir. Guys, right, we're at the end-ish of the brew day. Collected about 21 litres. Let's see. Yeah, about 21 litres collected in the fermenter. Should have been about 104.7. I've got about, I think, pretty much 105. 105.0, 104.9 maybe, But hey, happy with that. That's fine. Let's see. Smells great. Not the clearest wort I've ever had. Might actually. I was thinking about investing in one of those McDaddy bouncer thingies. Maybe I'll have a look at that. Yeah. That'll be good. That'll be good, I think. Right, so what I've got here, there is Cross My Loof, US Pale. Let's get that straight in. Okay, excellent. Pitch that. Let's get the top on. Oh, top on. Right, so I've got blow off tube to put on. I need to get a bottle for the star stand actually, so got me a bottle. I'll pour a drop of star sand in there, get some water in it, and get that in. So, not a bad brew day, it was quite successful. Numbers were okay. Let's have a look, see what we've got. Got about 81% efficiency, which is excellent. Ended up being 5% IBUs of 46 and a half, something like that. So just to run through quickly the recipe again, because I don't know if I did it in the brew footage. Very simple malt grain, malt bill, pale ale, Marisota, 4.9 kilos of Marisota, and 380 grams of light caramel malt. We'll come back to the malts in a sec when I show it to you, but at 60 minutes Magnum, 11 grams of Magnum. At 10 minutes there was 10 grams of Centennial, 10 grams of Columbus, 10 grams of Citra. At Whirlpool, for 25 minutes I did 20 grams Centennial, 20 grams Citra, 20 grams Columbus, and dry hop there was 42 grams of Centennial, 38 grams of Citra, and in the end I think I put in 50 grams of Amarillo. I think the recipe called for 40, but I think I put in 50. So there it is. It's a lot darker than what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be sort of fairly golden, but it's like more sort of like a darker amber colour, I suppose, almost sort of like verging on the red, really. It's a lovely colour, don't get me wrong. Let's show you the, put a bit of light on it so you can see what we're doing. Right. You can see it probably shows a bit sort of, maybe it shows a little bit yellow as I put the light through it, but it really is sort of like a real amber colour, quite dark. Now the malts came from a recipe builder, so it just comes all mixed in. So you just do it on a recipe builder, comes mixed in, gets sent to you all as one batch. It doesn't matter what malts you order, it's all in one bag, open it up, pour it in. So two things with that. Number one, you're just assuming they're sending you the right sort of like grain, the right size, the right weight rather, of grains that you've ordered. Seems to be okay, I did weigh it, but it seems to come out okay. And also you don't necessarily know that it's, say I've ordered light crystal, do they send me light crystal? I don't know, because you don't see it in the bag. Obviously they could send you stuff in the bag that says stuff, but it's not right. But anyway, my point is you don't actually see the bagged up actual evidence of the grains. It's sent to you as one big bag. Whether or not they sent the right stuff, I don't know. But anyway, let's tuck in. So, not a bad head staying on it. It's kegged. So I've carved it from the CO2, staying around quite nice. It's a real sort of orangey smell that you get coming off there. Citrusy, orangey, as you'd expect from the quite a lot of citra in there, and the Amarillo put in as the dry hop. Yeah, it's a lovely smell, I think, personally. Okay, let's dive in for a sip. I've drunk it already, obviously. Really, to me, it's a bit of a grower, this one. When I first tried it, I was a bit disappointed. But since, I've kind of got to really like it now. It's not what I expected it to be. It's quite a bit sharper than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be maybe a little bit more fruity. It's not really fruity. It's got a sharpness to it. It's not unpleasant. It just wasn't what I was expecting. So my first initial thoughts was slightly disappointed with it, but I'm learning to love it. It's a strange one. I find it hard to describe, and also I'm not necessarily good at reviewing my own beers. My Napier that I did, I think, is still the #1 beer that I've done, and I would definitely brew again, probably in this summer. That came out bang on what I was expecting and what I was hoping for. This one, not quite so. It's slightly, I don't know, I can't put my finger on what I don't necessarily like about it. And as I say, I'm learning to like it more and more as I go through it. So generally speaking, I'm happy with it. It's certainly nice. It's definitely drinkable. But I think I can do better. Next time with the malts, I'm going to use a base malt. I think when I do a pale ale again, I'm going to go with the Golden Promise that a lot of people have said, they go with. That's better. And probably go with that and see if I can get the colour right. Generally speaking, I'm happy, but I could be happier. I'll get some bottled out, I'll get them sent out to people, see what they think. I'll probably wait a little while. I'm doing my Russian Imperial Stout at the weekend. Might bottle up some of that, I don't know, we'll wait and see. Well, I definitely will bottle up some of it, but we'll see how much I'll get out, because I'm going to be quite protective over that, I think. We'll see how that comes out. I might actually brew it again sort of fairly soon, but we'll see anyway. So, just to recap, I like it, but I don't love it, but I'm learning to like it more as it goes along. So, sorry guys, rambling, but cheers. Thanks for watching my first grain to glass. I'll carry on doing this. I quite like the grain to glass idea. Being able to see the end product and what it looks like, and give you some thoughts on what I think about it, even though they're a bit shitty and rambling. Anyway, I'll see you again soon. Thanks very much.
You put the beer in the coconut and drink it all up. You put the beer in the coconut and throw the can away.